When the Ministry of Finance is mentioned, what do you think of first? 99% of people think of one word, taxes, and our complex tax system. Did you know that our everyday lives are interconnected with the Ministry of Finance? From the receipts of our everyday purchases to national land development, from the public welfare lottery to customs, the Ministry of Finance handles a broad range of services and is part of our lives. Customs guards the nation's boundaries and watches over the country's gateways. Commonly known as Customs, the Customs Administration is in charge of collecting tariffs and other fees, providing bonding services, cracking down on smuggling, and keeping trade statistics. The number of customs import and export declarations have grown each year and currently exceed 60 million forms annually. Customs checking is not an easy task, protecting citizens' health and safety, vigorously seizing contraband such as firearms, drugs, and counterfeit merchandise. In the mission to crack down on smuggling, our drug-sniffing dogs render us invaluable assistance. As Customs guards the nation's gateways, the Department of National Treasury takes care of housekeeping and household matters. The department is in charge of the management of the central government's revenue sources, government debt, national treasury payments, the Ministry of Finance's government shares equity, management of tobacco and liquor, superior liquor certification system, and liquor quality and safety. The department is also enthusiastic about public welfare. It is in charge of the Public Welfare Lottery, which has thus far made over 400 billion NT dollars in profit, all of which has been used for public welfare and care of underprivileged groups. As for taxes, that is chiefly the duty of the Department of Taxation. The department is in charge of 19 different taxes, classified into 3 types: income taxes, consumption taxes, and property taxes. The nation's annual tax revenue of 2 trillion NT dollars is 80% of total national revenue, which aids social progress. Apart from collecting taxes, the department focuses on fairness in taxation and protection of taxpayers' rights. The department has promoted various reforms to the tax system and drafted the Taxpayer Rights Protection Act to safeguard taxpayers' rights. When tax season rolls around each year, do you feel anxious and apprehensive? The Fiscal Information Agency introduced many convenient measures, including tax pre-calculations, e-tax deduction slips, tax payment through Health ID card, and online tax filing. These innovative, considerate services will ensure that you can do your taxes quickly and conveniently. To protect the environment, we promote cloud invoices so consumers can obtain invoices via the cloud using their devices at purchase, and automate services such as instant notification and redemption of prizes. Each year, 95% of taxpayers express satisfaction with the Fiscal Information Agency's General Income Tax electronic filing services.
We are not only responsible for domestic fiscal affairs, but also in charge of international fiscal cooperation. Promoting international tax affairs, customs affairs, and fiscal exchange are the main missions of the Department of International Fiscal Affairs, including signing tax agreements with other jurisdictions to eliminate double taxation and reduce tax uncertainty, and promoting customs cooperation to facilitate customs clearance to advance Taiwan's trade security and transparency in international trade. Public infrastructure used daily by the public is conducted by the government, but can also be a joint effort with private participation. Projects include transportation, medical, sewerage facilities, and tourist attractions. We not only improve public services, but also create employment opportunities and stimulate economic growth. The Department for the Promotion of Private Participation works as a mediator between the central or local government and the private sector, promoting closer cooperation to complete public infrastructure. In addition, our promotion of private participation in infrastructure projects reduces government expenditure. The Highway Electronic Toll Collection System is a very good example of this. Private investment in the system was 7.27 billion NT dollars. And since drivers do not have to stop to pay tolls, highway traffic flow has become much smoother.
Infrastructure construction requires land, and the country has 36,000 square kilometers of land. More than 60% is national land under the jurisdiction and supervision of the National Property Administration. The administration relies on leasing, establishment of superficies, outsourced management, urban renewal participation, and cooperative development to obtain the maximum value from national land and achieve the most suitable development, such as providing land for solar power generation and matchmaking of environmental protection groups with land for adoption and conservation purposes. We achieve synergy through cross-industry cooperation. The Ministry of Finance's numerous services make up the very cornerstone of national development and people's livelihoods, establishing a solid financial foundation for Taiwan. The Ministry of Finance is there for everyone, supporting us throughout our lives.